जो आए उनके उनका ठीक है, जो नहीं आए उनका इंतजार हमें नहीं करना है. In today's lecture, we are going to start our excretory system or urinary system because mostly the the excretion mechanism is conducted by urinary system. So that is very much important, and initially we'll try to learn or try to revise the basic things regarding your urinary system. Okay, so unless and until you don't know the organs associated with the urinary system, what are the important points from these, and what is the physiology behind the urine formation, you will not came to know the mechanism of action of diuretics. Okay, so let's start. So your urinary system is the one of the major excretory system of body. So where there is a excretion of metabolic waste product like urea, uric acid and all that. So they are excreted in the form of urine, and urine is made in the kidney. So your urinary system consists of following organs, like there are two pairs of kidney. Okay, there are two pairs of kidney, right kidney, left kidney. Then two pairs of ureter, two kidney, two ureter, one urinary bladder and one urethra. So these are the organs of your urinary system. These kidney, there is no need to describe the anatomy and all the anatomical aspects of kidney. You know better than me. So kidney is nothing but the bean-shaped organ. It is laid in the thoracic cavity, just uh, 12th cervical vertebra and third lumbar vertebra, etc. Lying between these two. So we are not going to discuss that. Okay. इसमें आप इतना ध्यान रखो कि यूरिनरी सिस्टम में क्या क्या होता है. आपका दो किडनी होता है, दो यूरेटर होता है, एक यूरिनरी ब्लैडर होता है, एक यूरेथ्रा होता है. ठीक है. जो लेफ्ट किडनी है वो राइट किडनी से थोड़ा सा नीचे रहता है, मतलब इट इज लाइंग डाउन रिलेटिव टू राइट किडनी. ठीक है. एंड ऑन द ईच किडनी देयर इज वन adrenal gland. Okay, so on each kidney adrenal gland is there on the. ठीक है. किडनी के ऊपर जो है, दोनों किडनी के ऊपर एक ग्लैंड रहता है, उसको बोलते हैं एड्रिनल ग्लैंड. ठीक है. अब ये दोनों किडनी के दोनों यूरेटर आएंगे, दोनों यूरेटर कहाँ पे एम्प्टी करेंगे उनका यूरिन, वो एम्प्टी करेंगे आपका यूरिनरी ब्लैडर में. ठीक है. सो यूरिनरी ब्लैडर इज नथिंग बट द इट इज अ सैक. It is a sac, or it is a temporary storage of urine. Then urine is passed through urethra. So it is your urinary system, overview of your urinary system. Okay, so this is known as a renal vein. This is known as a renal artery. Okay, now this renal artery and renal vein, they will divide, and they will be divided into smaller arteries known as arterioles. Okay, so arterioles will go inside the kidney. Okay, venules and arterioles will go inside the kidney. So it is a overview of your, you can see here, adrenal gland, right kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. So it is a renal vein, blue color renal vein, left kidney. Then your this artery, red color is renal artery. This is urinary bladder and this is urethra. So in the between urinary bladder and urethra there is one urethral sphincter. Okay, so we are going to discuss that one by one, don't worry. So it is just an overview of your urinary system. Now, what is the, if you take a lateral section of your kidney, so your lateral section of your kidney का अगर section लेंगे आप तो ऐसा दिखेगा. So it is a lateral section of kidney. So kidney, both the kidneys are encapsulated in one fibrous capsule known as a capsule. There is a outer layer over each kidney known as a fibrous capsule. Okay, outer layer, इसमें kidney का क्या होता है, तीन layer होता है. So there are three layers. If you take a section of kidney and if you observe, so there are three layers. Outer layer is known as a capsule. Then middle layer is known as a cortex, and inner layer is known as a medulla. Okay, so in case of cortex, you will find your glomerulus, then your PCT and your DCT. In the medulla, you will find here the collecting ducts of the nephron. And what is nephron? Nephron is nothing but the your structural and functional unit of kidney. किडनी का एक यूनिट क्या होता है, नेफ्रॉन होता है. ठीक है. नेफ्रॉन का अलग अलग पार्ट्स होता है, वो अपन देखेंगे नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में. सो जस्ट रिमेंबर ओवर हियर योर किडनी हैज three layers of tissue. First one is known as a fibrous tissue capsule. Okay, after that there is one cortex, and after that there is a medulla. So medulla is the innermost layer of kidney. Remember, medulla is the innermost layer of kidney, and from medulla the collecting ducts of nephron will drain their urine, whatever urine is formed in the different space over here. So that space is known as a calluses. That space is known as a calluses, and the calluses are present in the renal pelvis. Okay, so this is callus. For example, this is calluses. ये जो है यहाँ पे पिरामिड के बाद में जो आ रहा है वो कैलाइसिस बोलते हैं इसको. So if it is larger, it is known as a major calluses. If it is smaller, it is known as a minor calluses. Okay. So blood vessels, they are present in the cortical area only. Blood vessels and your veins, they are present in the cortex area only. Where cortex, I already told you, in the cortex area, जो cortex area होता है किडनी का, वहाँ पे क्या होगा आपका नेफ्रॉन का ग्लोमेरुलस होगा या फिर बाउमन्स कैप्सूल होगा. ग्लोमेरुलस बोलते हैं उसको और बाउमन्स कैप्सूल वो होगा और उसी में आपका कैपिलरी नेटवर्क रहता है. ठीक है. और उसके बाद में जो नेफ्रॉन का पार्ट आता है वो अपन देखेंगे नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में. सो इट इज अ कॉर्टिकल ब्लड वेसल्स यू कैन सी हियर. देन दिस इज नोन एज अ माइनर कैलाइसिस calyx, minor calyx. Then it is known as a major calyx, and these calyxes will unite together to form a renal pelvis. Okay. Then this pyramid shaped portion in the medulla of kidney is known as pyramid. That is due to the bunch of collecting duct. Okay. Then this one is a urethra. Okay. This one is a ureter. Okay. Ureter will drain the whatever urine formed over here, that will be drained to your urinary bladder by the urethra. Okay. So this is just overview of your LS, lateral section of your kidney. Now what is the structural and functional unit of kidney? That is nothing but the nephron. Okay. So that is known as a nephron. So nephron is nothing but a large tube. It is a large tube. Actually it is not so much large, but you can, so it is just only 2 centimeter. Okay. So it is a tube. It is a tube. Okay. Now this tube is blunt at one end. एक ट्यूब है, ये ट्यूब का एक एंड जो है वो ओपन है और एक एंड जो है वो क्लोज है. सो जो क्लोज एंड है उसको बोलते हैं ब्लंट एंड और क्लोज्ड एंड. सो दैट इज नथिंग बट द योर ट्यूब इज क्लोज्ड एट वन एंड. योर नेफ्रॉन इज लाइक अ ट्यूब and it is closed at one end. Okay. And it is open at another end. Okay. So now this is nephron. So it is a one end which is closed and it is open end. Okay. So this part, the closed end, it is known as a Bowman's capsule, or it is known as a glomerulus. You can see here glomerulus, or it is also known as a Bowman's capsule. Okay. So glomerulus, Bowman's. So Bowman's capsule, what is? It is just a part of nephron that is blunt at one end. That is known as a Bowman's capsule. And glomerulus means it is a network of capillary in that Bowman's capsule. Okay. Glomerulus means network of capillary in the Bowman's capsule. Okay. So you can easily distinguish between glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. Okay. It is a part of your anatomy. You have seen it, you have studied it a lot of times. In the your 12th also you have studied this. In the first year B.Pharm also you have studied this. Okay. So now this is Bowman's capsule, or you can collectively call it as a glomerulus. Glomerulus. Okay. Now this part, after the glomerulus, this part, this up to this end, it is known as proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. It is known as proximal convoluted tubule. Okay. After that, this is known as a loop of Henle. Okay. So from this point, this is a descending loop of Henle, and this is the ascending loop of Henle. So both together they are known as a loop of Henle. Okay. After that, again there is one known as a distal convoluted tubule. This part is known as distal convoluted tubule, and this is nothing but the collecting tubule or collecting duct. Okay. Now this is the anatomy of your nephron. So you can see now it is your artery. So artery will divide into small blood vessel again known as arterioles, and okay, these are the arteriole which goes towards the glomerulus. The arteriole which go towards the glomerulus. ऐसा छोटा arteriole जो glomerulus की तरफ जाता है उसको बोलते हैं अपन afferent arteriole. उसको बोलते हैं afferent arteriole. Okay. And those arteriole which goes away from the Bowman's capsule or glomerulus, that is known as efferent arteriole. Okay. So you can see afferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole ग्लोमेरुलस के नजदीक जाता है, इफरेंट आर्टेरियोल ग्लोमेरुलस के दूर जाता है, ठीक है। ये दो हो गए। अभी देखो ये जो afferent arteriole होता है, so afferent arteriole has a wide lumen, it has a large size, okay, the size of afferent arteriole is relatively larger than efferent arteriole. So इसका जो afferent arteriole होता है, ये जो बाउमन्स के अंदर जाने वाला आर्टरी होता है उसका साइज थोड़ा बड़ा होता है, और जो बाउमन से निकलने वाला आर्टरी होता है मतलब इफरेंट आर्टरियोल, सो इसका साइज थोड़ा कम होता है। अभी आपको मालूम है कि ये जो एफरेंट आर्टरियोल है उसका साइज ज्यादा है, इसका कम है, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, यहाँ पे एक प्रेशर बनेगा, तो दैट इज द pressure is developed, that hydrostatic pressure is developed because of difference in the lumen of arterioles. So if afferent arteriole has a wide lumen, efferent has a small lumen, because of this difference in the size or lumen there is development of pressure over here known as a hydrostatic pressure. I will explain in the upcoming slide, don't worry about it. तो इतना याद रखो यहाँ पे प्रेशर बनता है, and because of that pressure there is a filtration of urine, okay. Now this efferent arteriole is smaller than afferent one, remember. Now again these arteries and veins, they will form a network of arteries and veins surrounding the loop of Henle and DCT, okay. So for the reabsorption, okay. Now this is a collecting duct, okay. So how there is urine formation, I will explain in the next slide. Now you understand the parts of nephron, it is very basic thing, okay? And again here, so in case of loop of Henle, so descending loop is a thin, it is the thinner one, descending loop is thinner one and ascending loop is thicker one. ये जाड़ होता है, ये थोड़ा पतला होता है। जो आपका डिसेंडिंग लूप होता है वो पतला होता है, और जो असेंडिंग लूप होता है वो थोड़ा सा जाड़ होता है, मतलब वो वाइड होता है थोड़ा सा, ओके। सो इतना याद रखो कि एफरेंट ब्लड वेसल हैज एन वाइड, it is having larger in size, and then efferent blood vessel has a small size, okay. Then this one is known as a Bowman's capsule, this one is a PCT, this is loop of Henle, this is a DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and it is a collecting duct. Urine, how urine is formed, see in the next slide. So urinary, I will quickly do is urinary system. What is the main function of urinary system? It is nothing but it is a excretory system, and it consists of different parts like a pair of kidney, then a pair of ureter, then a urinary bladder, then urethra, okay. So there are 5 organs. So what is the function of urinary system? So main function is maintaining hemostasis of water and electrolyte of body, means it will balance your electrolytes and water. So electrolyte and water balance is the main function of your kidney, urinary system, okay. Second function, it will remove all the waste product, all the toxic metabolite and metabolic waste product, okay. So removal of waste product of metabolism like urea, uric acid, excess of ions, then xenobiotics or drugs, okay. So removal of your unnecessary compounds, then maintaining the water and electrolyte balance of body, and production of hormones. Third function is nothing but the production of hormones. So which hormones are produced in the kidney? So first one is erythropoietin, okay, erythropoietin. So erythropoietin ये हार्मोन क्या करेगा? It will stimulate RBC production. जो RBC का प्रोडक्शन है ये बढ़ाएगा, कौन बढ़ाएगा? erythropoietin. ये कहाँ पे बनता है? किडनी में बनता है. So kidney has a function to produce certain hormones also, erythropoietin. Again आपने last lecture में when we was discussing the antihypertensive drugs, at that time also I have told you there is one hormone, another proteolytic hormone produced by kidney, that is known as the renin, okay. So there is another hormone produced by kidney, renin. So this renin is involved in the maintenance and control of your blood pressure. We have seen the renin angiotensin aldosterone mechanism in the antihypertensive chapter. So this renin is also produced by kidney, and it has a control, it will control your blood pressure. So these are the function of kidney. Now what is kidney? You know that kidney is nothing but the bean shaped organ, okay. So it is lies between 12th thoracic vertebra to 3rd lumbar vertebra. So there are two kidneys. Left kidney is slightly lower than right kidney, and there is an adrenal gland present over the kidney. Both respect kidney. Okay, so there are two adrenal glands. Okay, now kidney is having three layers. If you take a LS of kidney, lateral section अगर आप लेंगे और ऑब्जर्व करेंगे तो उसमें आपको तीन लेयर दिखाई देगा. आउटर लेयर known as a fibrous capsule, middle layer is nothing but the cortex, and inner layer is nothing but the medulla. Okay, so in case of medulla you will find conical shaped striations or renal pyramids. They are known as the renal pyramids because they are the bunch of collecting ducts over there. Okay, now calluses are the pacemakers of kidney for peristaltic movement. जो कैलाइसिस होता है, कैलिक्स या फिर कैलाइसिस जो होता है, पेस मेकर्स ऑफ किडनी. आप बोलेंगे सर पेस मेकर आप कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो, पेस मेकर आपका हार्ट में होता है या किडनी में कैसे आएगा? भाई सब्र करो. देखो किडनी में भी क्या होता है कि जो यूरिन जमा होता है किडनी में वो तो बाहर निकलना है, तो वो तो ऑटोमेटिकली तो नहीं निकलेगा. तो उसके लिए किसी ना किसी को तो कुछ चार्जअप देना पड़ेगा ना. सो कैलाइसिस जो होता है दैट इज द साइट्स वेयर यूर collecting ducts drains their urine. Okay, accumulation of that urine in the calluses. So calluses में एक स्पेशल टाइप का मस्कुलर टिश्यू होता है, दैट इज ऑटो रेगुलेटेड मस्कुलर टिश्यू. सो ऑटो रेगुलेटेड जैसे आपका हार्ट में होता है ना पेस मेकर, सो इट विल जनरेट द इम्पल्स एंड इट विल ट्रांसमिट द इम्पल्स. सो इट हैज सम सॉर्ट ऑफ ऑटोनॉमी. सो वैसे इसी टाइप का एक यहाँ पे इम्पल्स वगैरह कुछ जनरेट नहीं होता, लेकिन यहाँ पे रिदमिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस होता है जो मस्कुलर ले होता है. So there is a rhythmic contraction of specialized muscle found in the calluses, and that's why sometimes calluses are also known as a pacemaker of kidney. And because of that movement, there will be a spurge. There will be a spurge. Spurge मतलब एक flow होता है, वो flow maintain करेगा. कौन? ये calluses. कहाँ पे? ये kidney से जो यूरिन बन रहा है उसका एक फ्लो रहता है. So in a 1 minute there will be many times there will be a spurge, many times there will be a contraction of calluses to drain the content in the ureter. And ureter also has a same type of muscles, that is a rhythmic that is having capacity to contact rhythmically. So ureter and calluses के जो smooth muscles होते हैं वो सेम ही होते हैं तकरीबन, और वो क्या करेंगे यूरिन को फ्लो करेंगे. That is they will drain the urine into the urinary bladder. Okay, now what is the structural and functional unit of kidney? That is nothing but the nephron. Nephron is having size 3 cm. Okay, and structural and functional unit of kidney. So it is it is just like a tube. At one end it is having closed and at the another end is open. Okay, the closed end that is folded, it is a little bit folded, known as Bowman's capsule. That is a cup-shaped blind end of nephron. After that, there is a proximal convoluted tubule, then loop of Henle, that is ascending loop of Henle, descending loop of Henle, and distal convoluted tubule, and last is a collecting duct. So these are the part of your nephron. Now what happens? I have told you afferent arteriole, that is nothing but a small artery that will carry blood to the glomerulus. Now afferent arteriole, which is having wide diameter, it is a more diameter. Renal artery goes towards the glomerulus. It is nothing but the artery which goes to the glomerulus is having wide or large in size. Okay, then afferent arteriole, that is narrow in size, which will go away from the glomerulus, and in the glomerulus these arterioles will form a mesh like structure. They will form a network in the glomerulus. Okay, now whatever cardiac output is there, so out of 100% cardiac output, okay, out of cardiac output, 20% of cardiac output is 20% of cardiac output is supplied to your kidney. जितना भी आपका ब्लड का कार्डियक आउटपुट होता है उसमें का 20% कार्डियक आउटपुट कहाँ पे जाता है? किडनी को जाता है. मतलब जितना 20% ऑफ ब्लड, जितना 5 लीटर ब्लड होता है ना आपके 1 मिनट में, तो उससे 20% ऑफ ब्लड विल गो टू द किडनी. Mesh or the network of arterioles found in the Bowman's capsule. So there will be filtration of blood. Okay, so blood is filtrated in the capillary network of glomerulus. So blood is filtrated over there in the glomerulus. So filtration means removal of everything except blood cells and plasma protein. So in the glomerulus there will be filtration of blood, कि blood का filtration होगा कहाँ पे, ग्लोमेरुलस में. क्या क्या फिल्टर होगा, सब कुछ होगा. क्या नहीं होगा, सिर्फ ब्लड सेल्स नहीं होंगे और आपका प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन नहीं होगा, बाकी सब फिल्टर होगा. तो आप बोलेंगे सर हमको उल्लू बना रहे, अगर ये फिल्ट्रेशन सब कुछ होगा तो कैसे चलेगा. सब्र करो भाई, बाद में उसका रीअब्सॉर्प्शन भी होता है. ठीक है, सिलेक्टिव रीअब्सॉर्प्शन होता है बाद में. सो पहले फिल्ट्रेशन होगा. सो फर्स्ट प्रोसेस इन द यूरिन फॉर्मेशन इज अ फिल्ट्रेशन, सेकंड इज नथिंग बट द selective reabsorption, then third one is the active secretion. The urine formation is divided into three steps. First step is a filtration, that is known as the ultrafiltration. Okay, so ultrafiltration, then selective reabsorption, and then active secretion. Okay, so first it will be filtrated. How there will be filtration of blood, why there will be filtration. Filtration is due to the difference in the pressure. Okay, so as I have told you, afferent arteriole has wide, narrow or wide lumen or diameter, or afferent arteriole has a large in size. It is a large in size as compared to efferent arteriole. अभी दोनों के साइज में डिफरेंस है. यहाँ से जा रहा है बड़ा वाला पाइप और वो बाद में निकल रहा है छोटा वाला पाइप, तो ऑब्वियसली वहाँ पे एक प्रेशर बनेगा, that is known as a hydrostatic pressure. So due to difference in the diameter of afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole, there is generation of hydrostatic pressure, which is a 50 mm of Hg, 55 mercury millimeter. So there is hydrostatic pressure over there, 50 mm of Hg. Now this hydrostatic pressure is opposed by osmotic pressure of blood. Okay, osmotic pressure of blood is nothing but the 30 mm of Hg. So this 55 mm of Hg hydrostatic pressure, which is formed due to difference in the size of arterioles, that is opposed by 30 mm of Hg plus filtrate pressure. Okay, जो filtrate बनेगा उसका एक pressure रहेगा, that is nothing but the 50 mm of Hg. So 50 plus 35 45, 55 minus 45 10. Okay, so 10 mm of Hg is nothing but the net pressure. It is a net pressure. So that's how this pressure is a driving force. This pressure is a driving force for filtration. Okay, so ultrafiltration is because of this pressure differential. Okay, now everything will be filtered except blood cell and plasma protein. Now उसमें सब होगा nutrition. So nutrition will also be filtered. Means now in case of your primary urine, you have all the nutrients in that, all the salts in that is required for body. So that will be reabsorbed. Okay, so that is nothing but the selective reabsorption. So about 80% of salts जो फिल्टर हो चुका है बाउमस कैप्सूल में और जो पीसीटी में आ चुका है, जो यूरिन, वो यूरिन इज कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड यूरिन है, उसमें सब न्यूट्रिएंट्स है, सॉल्ट्स है, विटामिन है, ग्लूकोज है, अमीनो एसिड्स है, तो वो सब जो है वो बॉडी को लगते हैं अपने, तो दैट विल बी रीएब्सॉर्ब, वापस उसको रीएब्सॉर्ब किया जाएगा बाय डिफरेंट मैकेनिज्म. अभी किडनी में क्या है, डिफरेंट मैकेनिज्म होते हैं, डिफरेंट एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट मैकेनिज्म्स होते हैं, जैसे ग्लूकोज ट्रांसपोर्टर्स होते हैं, जैसे आपका सोडियम पोटेशियम एटीपीज पंप होता है, उस टाइप के ट्रांसपोर्ट होते हैं, सोडियम पोटेशियम एटीपीज पंप होता है, सोडियम क्लोराइड एक्सचेंज पंप होता है, कॉन्ट्रापोर्ट होता है, सिंपोर्ट होता है, बस. ठीक है, सो 80% ऑफ सॉल्ट्स विल बी रीएब्सॉर्ब्ड इन द पीसीटी. प्रॉक्सिमल कन्वोल्यूटेड ट्यूबुल में क्या होगा, 80% सॉल्ट जो है यूरिन में वो रीएब्सॉर्ब होगी, अभी बचा 20% सॉल्ट्स. अभी सॉल्ट्स जैसे रीएब्सॉर्ब हो गए वैसे वाटर भी रीएब्सॉर्ब होता है. ठीक है, अभी सॉल्ट जो है वो जो 20% बचा है वो जाएगा कहाँ पे, पीसीटी से नीचे आपका जाएगा डिसेंडिंग लूप में, फिर असेंडिंग लूप में और डीसीटी में. ठीक है, सो असेंडिंग लूप डिसेंडिंग लूप में क्या होता है, जो 20% सॉल्ट बचा है उसमें का भी 50% रीएब्सॉर्ब होता है. अभी कितना बचा, 4% सॉल्ट बचा, वो 4% सॉल्ट जो है उसमें का 1 to 3% उसमें एब्सॉर्ब होता है पीसीटी में, सॉरी डीसीटी में, डिस्टल कन्वोल्यूटेड ट्यूबुल में. नियरली ओनली 1 to 1.5% ऑफ फिल्टर्ड ब्लड दैट इज बीइंग एक्सक्रीटेड. मतलब आपका अगर 1 लीटर ब्लड फिल्ट्रेट हो गया तो उसमें का सिर्फ 100 ml, सॉरी उसमें का सिर्फ 100 ml या फिर 150 ml एज अ यूरिन निकल जाएगा, बाकी सब रीअब्सॉर्ब होगा। तो 90% ऑफ फिल्टर्ड ब्लड इज रीअब्सॉर्ब इन द किडनी, ओनली 1 to 1.5% इज एक्सक्रीटेड, ठीक है। सो दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सिलेक्टिव रीअब्सॉर्प्शन, ठीक है। सिलेक्टिव रीअब्सॉर्प्शन होगा, जो भी आपका न्यूट्रिएंट है, जो भी आपका सॉल्ट्स है, अमाइनो एसिड्स है, विटामिन है, दैट विल बी रीअब्सॉर्ब इन द किडनी, ओके, फिल्ट्रेशन के बाद। अभी देयर इज अनदर स्टेज नोन एज एक्टिव सिक्रेशन। सो जो बॉडी को ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में रीअब्सॉर्ब होगा, जो नहीं लग रहा है, उसका फिर से सिक्रेशन हो जाएगा, ठीक है। और जो ड्रग्स के मेटाबॉलाइट्स है वो भी वहां पे सिक्रेट हो जाएगा, मतलब जो लग रहा है वो वापस लिया जाएगा, जो नहीं लग रहा है वो छोड़ दिया जाएगा। So that's how urine is formed by three processes. That is ultrafiltration, then selective reabsorption, and active secretion. Now this filtration mechanism is auto-regulated. This filtration mechanism is auto-regulated and it is under control of nervous system. So reabsorption of nutrient and limited absorption of some other waste material. Formation or secretion of urine is the function of kidney, and I have told you about the glomerular filtration, selective reabsorption and active secretion. I am not going to take in the detail, सब कुछ डिटेल में नहीं लेने का, ये जीपैट का लेक्चर है, आपका क्लास नहीं, ठीक है। सो व्हाट इज द कंपोजिशन ऑफ यूरिन, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट। सो 99% यूरिन विल हैव वाटर, 2% विल बी यूरिया। The color is the color of urine is amber color, and that color is because of this 1% of presence of urobilin. Urobilin, ये it is very important, लिख लो आप। सो इट इज यूरोबिलिन इज नथिंग बट द बाइल पिगमेंट। जो आप डाइजेस्ट करते हो, तो डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक्ट में क्या होता है, गॉल ब्लैडर से आपका बाइल निकलता है जैसे डाइजेशन में, तो वो वहां से इंटेस्टाइन से लीक होके कुछ ब्लड में रहता है, वो यूरोग्लोबिन। तो ब्लड फिल्ट्रेट होने के बाद यूरोग्लोबिन भी फिल्ट्रेट हो जाएगा, एंड द अम्बर कलर ऑफ यूरिन इज ड्यू टू यूरोग्लोबिन। रिमेंबर, इट इज अ बाइल पिगमेंट। Now urine has a specific gravity of 1020 to 1030. Urine has a pH of 4.5 to 8. Okay, urine has a pH 4.5 to 8 है, ये याद रखो। Now what is the normal volume of urine? That is a 1 to 1.5 liter, 1 to 1.5 liter per day. Now water is excreted mainly by kidney. So there is a different channels for excretion of water from body. So first one is a kidney. So most of the water is excreted by kidney. Okay. So then again some water is excreted as a expired air. जब आप सांस लेते हो, सांस छोड़ते हो, inhalation, exhalation. Okay. So during the exhalation, some amount of water is lost. So that is a excretion. So water is excreted mainly by kidney. So 99% water is excreted by kidney, not 99. So it is around 95. Okay. Then again some part of water will be excreted in the feces. मॉर्निंग में लैट्रिन को जाते हो, उसमें भी वाटर जाता है आपका, ठीक है। अगर आपको डायरिया होगा तो जाता जाएगा, दैट्स व्हाई इन केस ऑफ डायरिया देयर इज अ डिहाइड्रेशन, ठीक है, वाटर लॉस होता है उसमें। अगेन वाटर इज लॉस्ट बाय योर स्वेट। जितना ज्यादा स्वेटिंग होगा आपको, उतना ज्यादा वाटर लॉस होगा और उतना ज्यादा आपको डिहाइड्रेशन होगा। ओके, सो वाटर इज एक्सक्रीटेड मेनली बाय किडनी, then your exhaled air, then feces, then your sweat. Okay, so minimum urinary output. What is minimum urinary output? The smallest amount of volume required to be excreted by body to remove the waste product. That is nothing but the minimum urinary output, and that is a 500 ml per day. So minimum 500 ml per day आपको यूरिन निकलना ही पड़ेगा बॉडी में से, to remove the toxic metabolites and acids to control. Okay, so it is controlled by antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone. So antidiuretic hormone कौन कंट्रोल करेगा? एक्सेस। सो इतना ज्यादा आपको रिक्वायर्ड है 500 ml पर डे टू रिमूव द वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट, एंड एक्सेस ऑफ अगर आपको एक्सेस यूरिन हो रहा है, दैट विल बी कंट्रोल बाय एंटीडायरेटिक हार्मोन। ओके, सो एंटीडायरेटिक हार्मोन जो है आपका पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी का हार्मोन होता है। ओके, सो पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड ये हार्मोन सेक्रेट करेगा एंटीडायरेटिक हार्मोन, एज इट इज अ नेम इज एंटीडायरेटिक, मींस इट विल प्रिवेंट द डायूरेसिस, इट विल प्रिवेंट द लॉस ऑफ सोडियम एंड वाटर। ओके, सो हाउ इट विल रेगुलेट? इट इज रेगुलेटेड बाय ऑस्मो रिसेप्टर्स। अगर ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर अगर ब्लड का कम ज्यादा हो गया, मान लीजिए कि आपका कम हो गया, तो यूरिन रिटेंशन होगा, लाइक दैट। एंड इट इज कंट्रोल बाय नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म। ये क्या होता है बाद में लास्ट में बोलूंगा। ओके, नाउ हार्मोन्स अफेक्टिंग द selective reabsorption through kidney. What are the hormones? So there are three hormones. First one is a parathyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone, which is secreted by parathyroid gland. Okay, parathyroid hormone, thyroid gland regulates the reabsorption of calcium and phosphate from DCT, डिस्टल कन्वोल्यूटेड ट्यूबल जो होता है आपका नेफ्रॉन का, वहां से रीअब्सॉर्प्शन कैल्शियम का और फॉस्फेट का कौन रेगुलेट करता है? पैराथायरॉयड हार्मोन. ओके, so calcium and phosphate reabsorption will be regulated by PTH, parathyroid hormone. Okay. Now there is another one, antidiuretic hormone. Okay, so as I have told you here, so it is secreted by posterior lobe of pituitary gland. It will increase the permeability of distal convoluted tubule and collecting ducts and increases the water and salt reabsorption. Okay, so the secretion of this ADH is regulated by negative feedback mechanism. कैसे होता है मैं बोलता हूँ. Now again there is one known as aldosterone. It is a locally synthesized hormone by adrenal cortex. Okay, aldosterone secreted by adrenal cortex. जो adrenal gland होता है आपका किडनी के ऊपर, वो secrete करता है. Adrenal gland और क्या secrete करता है? Adrenaline बनता है, noradrenaline बनता है. Now this aldosterone will retain, it will cause retention of sodium and water, excretion of potassium. तो aldosterone अगर secrete होगा तो सोडियम का रिटेंशन का हो जाएगा, वाटर का रिटेंशन हो जाएगा, मतलब यूरिन कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो जाएगा, ब्लड का वॉल्यूम बढ़ जाएगा, मतलब यूरिन फॉर्मेशन कम होगा. ठीक है, पोटेशियम का एक्सक्रीशन होगा. अगेन दिस हार्मोन आल्सो रेगुलेटेड बाय नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म. Then another hormone related with the selective reabsorption of, that is nothing but the atrial natriuretic peptide, ANP. We have seen this term already in the when we were discussing congestive cardiac failure. Okay. Now it is secreted by atrium. So there are different type of natriuretic peptide. Natriuretic peptide उसका different type होता है. मैंने बोला ANP, it is secreted in the atria of heart. Then BNP, brain natriuretic peptide, it is found in the brain. Then again there is another one. So atrium, secreted by atrium upon stretching of atrial wall. मैंने बोला है कि जैसे atrium में ज़्यादा blood आ जाएगा तो ज़्यादा वॉल्यूम हो जाएगा blood का, तो वो फैल जाएगा, तो stretching हो जाएगा उसका. And in response of that, this atrial natriuretic peptide is secreted, and this will dilate your blood vessel. It decreases the reabsorption of sodium and water from PCD and collecting duct. It is again regulated by negative feedback mechanism. So these were the hormones related with the reabsorption. Next part of your urinary system is two pair of ureters. So they will transport urine from kidney to urinary bladder. Normally they are 25 to 30 centimeter long and 3 mm in the diameter. Again they will have three layers. Outer will be fibrous tissue. Then middle will be muscular layer and inner will be mucosa composed of transitional epithelium. Okay, the functions to properly urine. The function of ureter is to transport the urine from kidney to bladder by peristaltic contraction of smooth muscle. Peristaltic means rhythmic contraction of smooth muscle. Now the rhythmic contraction is maintained. It is controlled by pacemaker, that is known as a minor calluses in the kidney. Peristalsis occurs several times a minute. एक मिनट में बहुत बार उसका rhythmic contraction होता है. मतलब जो भी for example 0.5 ml या 1 ml blood 1 ml urine form हो गया calluses में, तो उतना ही immediately निकाल दिया जाएगा. कहाँ पे? यूरेटर में. और यूरेटर क्या करेगा? ब्लैडर में लेके जाएगा. तो ये होता है काम यूरेटर का. नाउ ब्लैडर, there is one bladder called as urinary bladder. So collection and temporary storage of urine. The function of bladder is a collection of urine and temporary storage of urine. It is a pear shaped and maybe sometimes after filling this bladder, it may become a oval shaped. Okay, so it is a pear shaped, but after filling the urine, it become oval shaped. It is composed of again three layers. Outer is muscular, outer is fibrous connective tissue. Middle is a muscular layer and inner layer is again lumen. Muscular layer is known as the muscular layer of urinary bladder consists of a specialized muscle known as a detrusor muscle. Detrusor muscle. Okay, when it will contract, it will empty the urine present in the bladder to urethra. इसमें ट्राइगोन भी होता है एक, so that is a trigon. Trigon is nothing but the it on the upper side there will be entry up to ureters, and at lower side there will be a urethra. So there will be urethral sphincter, that is nothing but the trigon. उसमें जो स्मूथ मसल, अगर इसमें का स्मूथ मसल रिलैक्स हो गया तो यूरिन रिटेंशन हो जाएगा. अगर ब्लैडर का स्मूथ मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गया तो यूरिन urethra, there is one urethra, so it will pass the urine from bladder to exterior, मतलब बाहर छोड़ देगा. So urethra is longer than male and it is shorter in female. So it has two sphincters. So there is a one internal sphincter and there is one external sphincter in urethra. दोनों में, मेल्स में फीमेल्स में, यूरेथ्रा में दो स्पिंक्टर्स होते हैं. एक इंटरनल जो अंदर के साइड के पास होता है और एक एक्सटर्नल जो बाहर के साइड पे होता है. इंटरनल स्पिंक्टर जो है that is not under control of your, मतलब वॉलंटरी कंट्रोल में नहीं रहता. इनर स्पिंक्टर, यहाँ पे याद रखो, इनर स्पिंक्टर जो है that is not under control of voluntary, so you cannot control that sphincter, that is controlled by automatic mechanism. Okay, and then external sphincter जो होता है, जो external sphincter होता है, that is controlled by your brain. You can control that sphincter. तो है ना, आप यूरिन पास करना है नहीं करना है आप कर सकते हो. मान लीजिए कि मुझे अभी यूरिन करने का मतलब वॉइडिंग करने का सिग्नल आ गया है, लेकिन मैं अभी लेक्चर में हूँ, ठीक है, तो मैं आपको छोड़ के तो नहीं जा सकता. अभी कितना बचा है, मान लीजिए आप हाफ एन आवर बचा है, तो मैं वो यूरिन होल्ड कर सकता हूँ बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एक्सटर्नल स्पिंक्टर, बिकॉज दैट इज अंडर इन योर कंट्रोल, वॉलंटरी कंट्रोल. सो एक्सटर्नल स्पिंक्टर जो है यूरेथ्रा का, so whatever external sphincter is there of urethra, that is under voluntary control, so you can control the urine, you can hold the urine, but internal sphincter is not in control of. So there are some signs and symptoms related to your kidney and disease related to kidney. Oliguria means absence of urine or urine output less than 400 ml per day, that is known as oliguria. Hematuria means presence of blood in the urine. I will not go in the detail. So presence of blood in the urine may be because of the infection of your glomerulus, that is glomerulonephritis, or maybe filtration of RBC, or maybe because of some bleeding in the your urinary system. Then proteinuria means presence of protein in the urea, presence of protein in the your urine. Okay, that is abnormal. It is abnormal sign. Again, anuria means absence of urine. Total absence of urine is known as anuria. Then dysuria means pain during the passing urine. अगर आप यूरिन पास कर रहे हो वो टाइम पे आपको पेन होता है, that is known as dysuria. Then glomerulonephritis. So inflammation of glomerulus, that is known as glomerulonephritis. Inflammation of glomerulus. So there are several types of glomerulonephritis. Sometimes it is due to autoimmune, sometimes it is due to genetic problem also, autoimmune disease. उसका effect of glomerulonephritis. So because of that hematuria will be occur, proteinuria will occur, acute nephritis, oliguria, hypertension will occur, hematuria will occur. Nephrotic syndrome is because of the several kidney disease characterized by generalized edema, hypoalbuminemia and hyperlipidemia. Okay, so this then diabetic nephropathy. Because of diabetes, there is a several because of diabetes and several hypertension, long-term hypertension, long-term hyperglycemia will damage your small blood vessels of your kidney, and that is nothing but the diabetic nephropathy. Then stone, then there will be development of numerous stone like calcium oxalate stone. Okay, जो आपने kidney stone होता है वो stones. Then acute tubular necrosis due to ischemia, then cardiovascular shock, then dehydration, hemorrhage, etc. etc. ये it is not so much important, ये इतना important नहीं है, सिर्फ आपके knowledge के लिए है. Glycosuria means presence of sugar in the urine. Ketonuria means presence of ketone bodies in the urine. Polyuria means large amount of urine than normal, passing of large amount of urine than normal, that is polyuria. Nocturia means passing of urine during night. आप नींद में हो, सो रहे हो, अच्छे सपना देख लिया और पूरा बेड खराब कर दिया, that is a nocturia. Incontinence means involuntary loss of urine. Involuntary loss of urine जो बच्चों में होता है ना, जो बच्चा होता है उसको पता ही नहीं चलता उसने कब सुसु कर दिया। अगर वो एडल्ट्स में होने लगा तो उसको बोलते हैं इनकॉन्टिनेंस। ओके, फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ मैच्यूरेशन वो भाई दैट इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट। Now, drugs causing acute tubular necrosis. Now, which are the drugs they can cause necrosis of your tubules? So, aminoglycosides, then your analgesic antipyretics, that is NSAIDs, then ACE inhibitors, lithium, paracetamol overdose. So, they are nothing but the nephrotoxic. Okay, so आप बोलते हो देखा होगा आपने कि पेन किलर ज्यादा खाओगे तो किडनी खराब होगा, because they cause tubular necrosis. Renal failure. So renal failure means if your glomerular filtration rate is less than 75, then UTIs, urinary tract infection से आपको होता है ना urinary tract जलन होता है आपको, है ना, और फॉल्स सेंसेशन ऑफ यूरिन, आपको यूरिन होता भी नहीं आपके ब्लैडर में, फिर भी आपको लगता है कि नहीं यूरिन करना है, तो that is because of infection due to E. coli and all that. So urethritis, inflammation of ureter. Cystitis, inflammation of your ureter plus urinary bladder. That is nothing but the cystitis is common in the women's because of E. coli. मैंने बोला है कि वुमेन्स का यूरेथ्रा होता है वो कम होता है एज कम्पेयर टू मेल, मेल का ज़्यादा लंबा होता है यूरेथ्रा और इनका वो लेडीज का कम होता है, तो उसकी वजह से there is E. coli can easily go into the bladder and causes the inflammation infection of your urinary bladder and urethra. So that is cystitis. Now I will save recording once and then we will start again.